Okay. But just for our purposes, what's set out in paragraph 5 does not relate to vetting. It's a slightly different issue. It's his appointment generally as the divisional head of crime intelligence. That is the complaint. And that is the one that you, as couched, you would say IDEC would not have mandate over.
Correct.
Staying with with file 9.
Staying with paragraph 5, good morning.
Good morning.
The first part of that paragraph 5, the suspicion of funds being unlawfully taken from the secret fund to former Minister Cele, it seems to me that out of this whole affidavit, this would be the one that obviously would fall within the mandate of IDEC to investigate.
Correct.
Do you accept that?
I accept that.
Okay. Was anything done about it? Was any further statements taken? Was any investigation initiated on this allegation?
Commissioner Baloy, I am not sure how far the investigation team has gone or what they would have done in relation to this matter.
But you would know if an investigation was conducted. I mean, you know about the others.
Yes.
Something was done and they've been classified into 6 legs that you can speak to.
Correct.
It's fair to say you would know if there was an investigation into this as part of the briefings that you're getting arising from this Section 27.
Correct. And I didn't receive a briefing on this.
And so until there is evidence that there was an investigation, it is fair to surmise that nothing came out of this.
I have nothing to gainsay your proposition.
Yes. Now, directing this to you, you've seen this affidavit,
Correct.
this Section 27. You've told us it came to you. When you realize, I mean, you familiarized yourself with this and you were satisfied, as you have told us, that there was a case to be investigated further. When you see this, do you not ask, don't you say to them, what is happening about that allegation about Minister Cele? How come I'm not hearing anything about it?
Commissioner, I know that in the Section 2813,
Yes.
that would have been one of the matters as they were broken up and authorized. So I didn't ask questions about how far they were with each investigation. They presented each leg of investigation as they got to their completion. I didn't specifically ask about this, but I do know it forms part of the authorization of the investigation.
You see, it's the one allegation that I would have expected or thought it would catch your attention, because it is the most serious of the allegations, but more importantly, it is the one allegation that squarely falls within your mandate, and yet you went on, your investigators, but including you, because you were getting briefings, you signed off on a prosecution memorandum, you signed off on whatever was happening, the formal steps that needed to be taken, but the one allegation in this affidavit that falls squarely within your mandate or would fall within your mandate if there is any merit to it, it's quite curious that it is the one that you don't get involved with, that you are unable to speak to, that you don't seem to have paid attention to. And that's quite a curiosity in the circumstances, considering that the rest of the affidavit has nothing to do with IDEC. Right? The other allegations, they have absolutely, if you have fairly considered, have absolutely nothing to do with the mandate of IDEC, but the one that has is the one that nothing is done about. And again, it raises the question, what in fact was going on? Why this misdirection? And it cannot be oversight. You know, it can't be. There was a deliberate decision to focus on the others. Hopefully we will find out why. But this speaks to, it was too inconvenient, maybe, to look at, or it was really not the focus of the intention of this affidavit and the investigation that follows. On the extreme end, it speaks to selective investigations and prosecutions, if this was overlooked.
I hear what you are saying, Commissioner Baloy. If you'll grant me the opportunity during the tea, because I know I get briefings,
Yes.
I'm not going to absolve myself and just agree that I may not have been briefed, I may not recall.
Yes.
But at no stage was there any instruction from my office that any part of any of these matters should not be dealt with.
Yes.
So I will come back after tea. I will be able to talk to at least one of the team members.
Okay, to find out
about
what
it.
happened with this.
Absolutely.
Okay.
Because for us to draw the conclusions as they currently are,
Yes.
I would be remiss if I do not have proper information, and I will come back
All right.
with that information if you'd grant me that opportunity.
Okay, no, that's fine. I think it's a fair request. We can do that when you come back. Maybe I might as well follow up with this question. When you say you were getting briefings from your team, who is that team? Who gets to give you briefings? Because at some point it may be important to find out from those members what briefings exactly did they give you that on the face of it appears to have kept you in the dark or to have been selective about what it is they tell you, and worse, that they may have misled you, right? So who is the team that we should look to if we want to know what briefings were they giving to you on these matters?
In the main, it would have been Advocate Ramsamy, because she, when I talk of the prosecutors, Advocate Manilal had been vested with other matters, for example, the Transnet matters chair. He was quite busy, but she was the prosecutor who directly engaged the investigators and myself. It would have been Mr. Perumal,
Okay.
Mr. Padiachi,
Okay.
Mr. Mlambo, Mr. Charles Eels,
Okay.
and Mr. Cele would also, as the project manager, from time to time be in those briefings. And the combinations varied, Chair, in terms of the availability of the members and what they needed to brief on.
Yes.
But that was and Mr. Rapeso, till a point, yes.
Yes. And would there have been instances where you get briefings from, and accept that the variations of the teams at any one time when they brief you would be different? So I don't expect that all of them would have been together. But would there have been instances where you get briefings, say you have received briefings from Chief Perumal in the absence of the others?
That would have happened, yes.
You would have had those kind of instances. Yes. And in those briefings, did Chief Perumal inform you or brief you that he has taken statements from Mr. Adams and in the absence of the other members, the other two, Rapesu and Ramsame?
No.
You never came to know about that?
Never came to know about that, and that is why yesterday when I was faced with two different sets, I was faced with them for the first time.
Okay.
And I did indicate when the Perumal statements, for lack of, would have been taken versus Chair when the Rapeso, I cannot tell you whose one is correct, because that is me. I cannot make that assumption, given they were all together. So, of course, the Commission will make the relevant finding when everybody has testified. But I was faced with that yesterday for the first time.
Okay. I accept that for our conversation. The Perumal statements, and I guess the question applies also to the Rapesu statements. The Perumal statements, have you seen them before this commission, before you came to testify here? Did you see the statements that he took? And I'm not asking about whether you knew at this point that they may well be made-up statements, but had you seen these statements before?
No, Commissioner.
You had never?
No.
Okay.
I was made aware that statements had been taken from Mr. Adams on the 6th of January in the presence of the three of them, Rapeso, Ramsamy, Peramal.
Okay. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thanks, Ms. Johnson. Thanks, Mr.
Thank you, Commissioner Baloyi.